Hi, good evening. Today I'm going to be discussing this guy. This is the body lever, and of course, full disclosure, I was sent the item for free to try out, and if you decide to purchase one, I do have a discount code where you can get some money off the price. So this is called the body lever. It's upon first glance, you might not even be sure what it is, right? You might think, oh, this is some kind of kung fu three-section staff. It's not, but it can be used as a self-defense weapon, which I think is always a plus for any kind of massage implement. This is called the body lever, so it's a really interesting tool for massage, and I've been playing with it over the last few weeks, I think. So it's made of wood, handmade on a lathe. It's got two sticks. This stick has a pokey bit that's rounded off, and then they're connected with some, I don't know if this is paracord because it's a little bit thicker, but it's like a sturdy rope, and then a little bit of a little carabiner clipping them together. So there's a bit of a learning curve towards using it, but then once you do, I find this is actually a very intuitive device. And what's really cool about this compared to many other massage devices is you can increase the pressure by sandwiching, by giving leverage. So I'm just going to show you a few. So if I want to get the trap, for example, I'm getting my upper trap on that right side. I have leverage with the stick on the other side. I can find the angle and I can get into it. So that's what's really cool. And again, I'll show you a number of different exercises, and I'm still exploring. So I think this is a massage implement that has a lot of potential because it's unexplored. It's really, I talk about this idea of exploration in your flexibility, and this is something that's really good for exploration with your soft tissue release, because you have to figure out the leverage, how to hold it. So for example, I'm going to use this pokey bit on my pec minor, this rope out of the way, so I can leverage in my back, and then I can get that good spot. Still have to hold it, or I can get into that front delt. And I'm going quick now because I'm doing the video, but this is something I'll just grab this if I'm watching a couple episodes of some show on the Netflix or whatever, and you just have this to play around with it, and you can explore all of these spots. So maybe like my bicep, my tricep, I can sandwich it like this, and I can get some good pressure. And I can hold and breathe and relax. I can rotate my arm. I can move my arm. Same thing with the forearm. I can just sandwich it in there. And it's, again, it's just a unique feature that you don't really see in other massage tools, because usually, if it was just a stick, you could push down, a ball, you could put your weight on it. But this idea of having that leverage on the other side is super unique. And again, I haven't talked about the build quality, but this one's maple wood. It's sanded down really smooth. It's made on a lathe, handmade. So it also, with that, it reminds me of a lot of the old school massage implements, like the old school Indian club, stuff like that, where you buy it once and then it lasts for a very long time, if not the rest of your life. So I can smash the forearm. This one's a little bit more unhappy. And the other one, I can smash this bicep. So the back, this is really interesting because I have one of those Body Back Buddy Theracanes for getting the back. And those are nice because you can hit these points that you can't reach, but at a certain point, you don't have enough pressure, depending on how much pressure you need. I'm someone who needs a lot of pressure. So I'm trying to remember how I did this one. It was like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting, show you from there, kind of these points on the back, and these are points that I can't reach. And it's a good point that I can get with that Theracane. But the difference with this guy, with the body lever, is that I can use this other side for leverage, and I can get a lot more pressure. And because it's wood, it has no give. I can get a lot more pressure into these points. I'm right along my spine right now. There's some gristly bits. but I can, as I was saying, I can get a lot more pressure here because I have that brace. I have something to push against. Switch sides, find it. So you can see what I mean, where it's intuitive to use if you have experience with kind of general self-myofascial release, but it's almost every time I use it, I'm exploring kind of a new angle, a new way to use it. So I think it's really well designed and just a really cool tool within that, where it is kind of like you're exploring your own body and finding those tight bits and finding leverage. And it allows you, this is an interesting one too, where you can kind of get into your obliques by crushing them and then moving the spine around a little bit. You can get into the QL. Oh, it's all exploration. Lats, right? So I can get into one lat like this. I'm getting into my right lat. Trap. And I'm not taking the time to explore it now. I'm just kind of hitting these points, but hopefully you can see how this is actually an interesting one. Right underneath my scap on both sides, pushing in and then moving my shoulders a little bit to find that point and explore. So yeah, really, really interesting. There's an interesting, so the point I'm trying to make is that there's interesting spots, right? Let's say I want to get into the hamstring. I can go here and I can lay on it, right? I can rest it on the other legs. Right now I'm in kind of high hamstring glute insertion. I can push down. I can give it a little bit of a sandwich, and then I can get the quad as well. So there's a lot of stuff I can do with the quad here, where I can roll back and forth. I can do some rotation. I can do some movement, flexion, extension. Right, I can crush the groin and the IT band, and I can roll back and forth. So again, I'm just showing you random demonstrations. I can roll out the calf like this. Now a calf I'm not going to sandwich because I'm going to be on that shin bone, but I can play with different angles and rolling it around like that. I can be on the smooth part, or I can go on the bumpy part like this. Just a lot of potential. And I think, because I have so many massage tools, I think learning how to use this properly and exploring with it, I can probably replace a lot of them with this. But like I said, there is a learning curve. And it's not just, you do have to be active. I guess that's, for me, kind of the main negative. If I did have to find a negative, there's a nice spot in my low back. So if I did have to find a negative about the body lever, and it's not really a negative, it's like I'm basically searching for negatives at this point, but not everybody has the same ideas as me. So some massage tools, you vibrate and then, they vibrate and you just lay on it, right? You just let it do the work. This one, you have to be a little bit more active. You can't, it's not a massage chair where you just lay back and it does the whole sequence for you. You have to be active, you have to explore. And if you're into that, if you're into this idea of exploration and finding some of those tight spots that maybe you didn't even know existed on your own body, and having leverage to release them properly, especially if you're someone who needs a lot of pressure like me to get that release, I think it's a fantastic tool. I'm really happy with this, to have it in my arsenal. Again, if anything that can double as a self-defense tool is also good. So maybe you're having a massage, somebody breaks into your house, you got something that you can use. So that's always a benefit. But yeah, so the body lever, There is a code you can use to get a discount. I'm going to put that in the description. And again, for the purpose of transparency, I did receive these for free to try out, and the discount code, it works like other discount codes. You get a discount and then I get a small kickback if you wanted to purchase this item. So this is the body lever. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and let me know what else you'd like to see on the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.